The Arrowverse, that's now being dubbed the CWverse, made a really important announcement late 2020. Black Lightning, it ain't for the streets no more. Black Lightning, he ain't never coming back. Season 4 is going to be the last season. I was pissed off. I was not in the best of moods. But emotions aside, if you can find a way to give us all a satisfactory ending for the years we've invested into these characters, then it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. I'm okay with it then. Do what you gotta do. But no, we did not get a satisfactory ending. I'm sitting on my couch. I'm sitting on my throne. Eating foods I'm not supposed to be eating. And did I give a fuck? No. I knew I had to talk about a season that was my least favorite. So let's discuss the final chapter of the Pierce family.
Let us escape, please. Let the dollar circulate. Don't hold on to it. Let dollar circulate.
So, when shows have their plug abruptly pulled a year or two before they're able to actually tell the story they set out to tell many years ago, that can affect the endings that some characters get. Unfortunately for season 4 of Black Lightning, that affected just about every single damn character. There were endings that made you go, huh? What? How? Why? You asking all of those language arts questions. It's a lot of stuff. The plot of season 4 goes like this. The city of Freeland is recovering from the Markovian War that took place months ago. You have the Pierce family that is going through a lot of struggles mentally and emotionally due to past events in that war. The family is slowly tearing apart, but Tobias finds a way to rehabilitate himself and is now a political figure in the city. How would a Pierce family piece themselves back together to work as one and take down Tobias for good? Obviously, in that quick plot summary, you can tell there's a whole bunch of sampling. I can smell the pizza rolls now from other seasons of Black Lightning. You can tell that there was a sense of, let's not insert any other DC heroes of significance that we kind of want to bring aboard because this is the final season and that wouldn't make sense. Anyway, the opening of the show started off like this. You got your boy Jefferson Pierce, who's at the gravesite of his former best friend, Detective Bill Henderson. And the thing I like so much about opening up with this tombstone shot is the fact that the previous season ended so abruptly with the war, the courtroom scene, Gravedigger, that unfortunately we didn't really get to marinate in Bill's character loss. Here we're getting that moment. That was very cool. Making it even better was the fact that as he looked down at the tombstone, Jefferson kind of sees his father and he's talking to his father in the same moment. And his dad gives him a really impactful, memorable pep talk about the loss of life.
From the moment we come out of the womb, the clock starts ticking. So it ain't about the dying, it's about the living. However, how are we gonna live this life to make our dying something to celebrate and not mourn?
I want y'all to get used to seeing your boy Jefferson with his head down. Your boy Jefferson looking a little fucked up. I want y'all to get used to seeing that because it happened to a nauseating point throughout the entire damn season. I know this was his best friend, but damn. My man's was really tore up. And it kind of drugged the character down, to me personally, from this beacon of hope to this old fucking Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh type character. Oh, Pooh, there's no more honey. Oh, Pooh, I'll just go sit underneath this stick because I'm not shit. It was that type of character. Very depressing. These are the three things that stood out to me about the first episode. Let's go! Number one is Jefferson talks so much about his family. How much he loves his family. The things that he would sacrifice for them. I love my family too. And look, you would think that this man would be willing to put the Black Lightning suit on to protect his family, to help his family. Nope. He going to the bar with that little cup of Hennessy. Getting a little fucked up. He's going to underground cage fights. And I'm like, bruh, I thought you wanted to protect your family. I thought you wanted to protect the people that you still got in your life. It even got to the point where his oldest daughter, Nessa, calls him out like, bruh, we need to go kill Tobias. This motherfucker's back. He knows who we are. And Jefferson straight up just shuts her down. And I thought that that was a moment for the character to step back up into being a hero. But he on his Eeyore shit instead. Didn't like that. You had great character growth from Jennifer, his youngest daughter. We see her and Nessa there at the hospital, watching over Grace's body, who we know was knocked unconscious and put into a coma last season. And as they watch over her body, Jennifer is giving Nessa some advice like, hey, look, you know, I understand you love her, you care for her, but you should really move on. You know, there are bigger things for you out there in the world.
It's been a year, and you've been sitting at Grace's bedside on and off the whole time, mostly on. Now, I love Grace because you love Grace, but maybe it's time you move on with your life.
And that motivational quip from her made a lot of sense because she dealt with so much during the Khalil arcs that she went through in the early seasons of the show. So that was nice character growth displayed in the writer's room for her to improve from where she was in previous seasons. Also, just their chemistry in scenes is so great. They have some of the best chemistry, person to person, on the Arrowverse. I would love to see a Thunder and Lightning show. No cap. I'll watch that shit. No cap. I will watch that shit. Love that. The last thing that stood out to me, Freeland as a place feels alive, y'all. I can feel the people. I can feel the presence of the criminal underworld, the police department, heroes, politicians. I can feel that. When you watch Supergirl, National City just look like a generic ass place. National City has no personality. When you watch Superman and Lois, you can feel Smallville, right? You get that Kansas country energy. When you watch Freeland and you see Lala handing out guns, doing drugs. Well, not doing drugs, giving drugs out. But maybe he does do drugs. You see Lala doing his thing in the criminal underworld as a tortured soul who can't be killed. That gives Freeland a personality. Destiny, who was the replacement for the madam of the previous seasons, her, with her fine ass, is out here giving Freeland a personality when she has a connection to the League of Shadows. When she's able to hire Ishmael as an assassin killer. Those things all combine together to give Freeland a great personality. And I'm glad that show kept it for season 4. For all things comic books, movies, television shows, the actual comic books themselves, villains always play an important role in the hero's story. And for many of these adaptations, you have different ranking villains. A Tobias, then you'll have a Gravedigger, you'll have different rankings. For this season, our secondary villain was Chief Lopez, who is the replacement for Bill Henderson at the Freeland Police Department. And this woman was on one. She hates metahumans. That is very obvious from the moment you're introduced to her. She's like, look, these metas, they bad business. These motherfuckers gotta get tagged. She's on that. She wants them all identified. But the issue I had with the character was that we don't know the true personal reason she had for metahuman disdain until like episode 12. And it's 13 episodes in the season.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
So it took y'all 12 episodes to tell me her personal story of why she hates metahumans. And the personal story is dope. Her husband, who had meta powers she didn't know about, killed her brothers, her blood brothers. And then he killed himself. Dope backstory. Dope backstory. Y'all waited 12 episodes to tell my ass about that? I don't like that. Then some people in the community had an issue with Chief Lopez choosing to become what she hated for the final episode. Basically, she shoots herself with a meta booster that has energy absorbing powers, giving her abilities for 72 hours. When she does that, she becomes what she hates. People call that a hypocrite. A hypocrite. Look, I had no issue with that because it showed character growth, right? She's had multiple interactions with Lightning, and every single time, Lightning whooped that ass. So the character's learning, like, hey, look, if I'm gonna go up head to head with this woman, this teenager, then I'm gonna need to have something up my sleeve. I'm going to need abilities. And she got them. My issue was, what the fuck are you gonna do afterwards? Like, what the fuck is your plan? You're gonna take energy from the grid, kill Lightning, and then what? Go back to your job like, hey y'all, all the day's work. Get the fuck out of here. You're a criminal now. You would think that she would have more smarts being a police chief. And even the acting of how their powers were used against each other in that final confrontation was cosplay-y as hell.
You serious?
I thought I was at a convention watching two fans have an imaginary battle. If you ever been to a convention, that is one of the most cringe things you will ever fucking see at a con. But god damn, the acting for the final battle was so bad between Chief Lopez and Lightning. Terrible! We might as well talk about our ultimate big bad, and it's Tobias once and again. I wasn't annoyed by Tobias being the main villain. He was the one who started it all off, and I think it's only fitting that he's the one that ends it all in terms of being the final villain. With that being said, his plan is executed to perfection. He wants to tear the Pierce family apart before he conquers Freeland. And the way he did it was some Grey's Anatomy type shit. The way he did it was ER. The way he did it was brain surgery. The way he did it was Dr. Miami giving an ass to a woman who didn't have one. It was precision accurate, nigga. It was some real shit, nigga. It was some real fucking shit. The manipulation he put on that family. When he finds a way through legal terms to take Lynn's lab away, bruh, that was deep. All of her life's work was in that lab, and it tore the character down completely. Putting false money laundering charges on Jefferson to destroy his image to the Freeland community Then, by proxy, Land going to jail. Deep! On top of all of that, him knowing their identities. His plan was dope. It was executed beautifully. Him posing as a political figure was really, really well done. Marvin Jones crushes it as Tobias. But even deeper than that for me is the fact that the character has so many quotable lines. And I gotta show y'all this clip of him dealing with Mayor Billy Black. No cap. The mayor kind of got him on this one.
Negro, please. Do you think I don't see who you are? Look, I know that we're supposed to publicly smile together, show unity and chuck and jive. But there is no threat, no bribe you can offer that will make me tear down Garfield and Principal Pierce.
Brave, but foolish.
Yo, my man Billy Black came in there fighting. He took the drink and everything like a real OG. With that being said, Mayor, we taking your ass to the barbershop, nigga. What the fuck is that on your head? My man's got the Mr. Jefferson on the side with the Krusty Clown in the middle. What the fuck is going on? Bruh, I ain't never seen that type of haircut before. Bruh.
Because, damn.
I know I need my shit done, but damn. I look like Idris Elba today, baby. I look like Chris Brown today. What the fuck? That was awful. I don't know what's going on with that nigga's head. Episode 7 was the Painkiller episode. It was the pilot that was setting up his own show. That he ain't gonna get, by the way. But anyway, it was a setup. And going into the show, I was like, damn. So y'all gonna stop the story that's being told at the halfway point to go to some faraway Chinese island or something to tell the story about Khalil. Who gives a fuck? But shout out to the writers. I'm giving y'all hell this video. But y'all found a nice way to have Painkiller / Khalil have a role throughout the entire season. The character helps the Pierce family out through the distance. He's ultimately the one that kills Ishmael, the assassin that was hired by Destiny. That was dope. That was dope because Destiny, you know, she hiring people that's gonna put your ass in carbonite like Han Solo. They put his ass in the ghetto carbonite. They put that nigga Lala in concrete. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. They put that nigga in carbonite. And ultimately, Khalil was able to defeat Ishmael in a fight that was really well done. Painkiller had the best action sequences for the overall show. Not saying much in my opinion because this was the one season where the fight scenes felt off. It felt as if like there were significant budget cuts because Black Lightning is doing a lot of hand-to-hand combat in this show. And I'm wondering to myself, where's those great lightning effects from previous seasons? Where's the ambitious CGI moments? It felt like combat-wise, they were significantly reduced. Even some of the other choreography-based things that happened with other people shooting and fighting felt off. It really felt off. Back to Khalil as a character, they gave him closure too, right? Him not having a face-to-face meeting with Jen at any point in the season, I thought was very fitting because both of those characters have kind of grown apart over the course of time. Jen is at a different point of her life. Khalil's at a different point of his life. That made sense. Ever since Black Lightning debuted, I didn't really know much about the character's comic book origins, but diving into his comic book origins, looking at the show, Gambi is one of the most interesting characters in his wheelhouse of people. Bruh, the character has been this James Bond 007 type figure for a long time. But it ain't just the technology. It ain't just the fighting skills. It ain't just the smarts. It ain't just the connections. It's how this motherfucker manipulates people. Gambi is without a doubt the most complex character on this show because he's so goddamn mysterious. This man manipulated a woman viciously on this show. He manipulated her viciously. Now, she comes from his past. They used to have a relationship. And when I tell you, she was pissed off. She was mad. She's like, look, motherfucker, I gave you all this good pussy. I gave you all this throat. And you sitting up here playing me. She bought the gat. She bought the 9mm to the apartment. Getting ready to kill this motherfucker. I gave your old ass this pussy. And you did me wrong. It was crazy how he was manipulating her. And I gotta flip the tables on her though. Because there were moments where she was manipulating him in order for Gambi to help with the project she was making for the company. She's using, women power, women gifts to kind of get Gambi to say yes to certain things. Game recognizes game. I'm pretty sure my man Gambi, when she came over to the apartment, when she took his hand, started walking towards that bedroom, my man dug in his pocket, got them Viagra's out. Come on, Dick. Come on, Dick. Come on, Dick. Work. Come on, Dick. Come on, Dick.
There is another project that I could use your help with.
I'm all ears.
Great. I'll take you to see it. Later.
Decrease in vision or an erection lasting longer than 4 hours.
My man's had the sex pills on deck. My man Gambi was a fool with it this season. Character crazy. Y'all know I had to talk about this. Jen dying in the early portion of the season definitely took me by surprise, right? And when she's replaced by what we're all under the assumption is her, in matter just representing itself in a different way, we all ate it up at first. And I ate it up at first too. Right? I was buying into it. This is the new Jennifer. She tall. She's strong. But this is the new Jennifer. And I said to myself, all right, something ain't right. And y'all may think you're capping, Marcus. There's no way you knew. No, I knew something wasn't right. And this is why. She's too reckless. When Jennifer first goes to the ionosphere and she's healing herself, okay, she goes back up, winds up almost falling to her death in another moment, and then goes back up a third time to be erased. You would think death would be the wake-up call to be like, I ain't never doing that shit again. It's like crack cocaine. There's a few crackheads out here that'll, take a little hit of the pipe, almost die. I ain't never doing that again. And for Jennifer, when she was JJ, she kept going back up to the ionosphere for more power, to recharge. And I'm like, bruh, she's so reckless. There's no character growth. There's no development from the writers. You look at a show like Superman and Lois, when Jordan, spoiler alert, is revealed to have heat vision, he doesn't tell Clark. But when he has ice breath and he's sneezing and ice is coming out of his damn nose, he calls his dad. Character growth, learning. Jennifer wasn't learning. she was doing some crazy shit like this.
If my heart stops, you'll be right here to get her pumping again.
No. Hell no, Jen! Jen! Oh my God! Jen! Shonda!
I've been doing dumb shit. I've been doing dumb shit.
Nigga, I done seen every episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy. I was forced to in school. I had no options. I done seen Dexter's Laboratory. I done seen the Magic School Bus. Miss Frizzle ain't never do that. Miss Frizzle ain't never, ever do that. What the fuck is going on, bruh? That was stupid. And even deeper, you just had Crisis a year ago. So I'm thinking to myself, it'll be a nice callback to have that be a duplicate, a being from another Earth, like Jefferson said, something of that magnitude. And for the series finale, it's revealed that was indeed the ionosphere that had found a way to copy her memories and certain things about her and replace her in the real world. Now, with that being said, some of the things that led up to her recreation are, in my opinion, kind of cringe, right? The dialogue got real bad when it was time to find a device that could resurrect Jen. There's this very forced Flash Central City reference that is cringe 1000.
Central City. I have a friend there who might be able to help. He'll get it here in a flash.
Nice to have powerful friends.
Especially super fast ones.
I felt like somebody was giving me hooked on phonics. A, B, what's that? C. I felt like somebody was playing games with me. We know who the Flash is. We know that he's fast. We know that he's powerful. We know that he's friendly. We don't need you guys to talk to us like it's a PBS Kids show. That was some weird ass dialogue that didn't work for me. Wrapping this review up, right? The series finale, to me, was a big miss because there's so many endings to these characters that don't make sense. Now, when Jefferson has his final confrontation with Tobias, it's not symbolic of a previous interaction they had. It's not something that's deep to the characters. Like when Tobias first kills Jefferson in his home that his dad owned, the same home that his dad got killed in, there was meaning in that. There's no meaning in them fighting by the bookshelf at Tobias's place. There's no meaning by them fighting over the couch. That whole fight sequence was it was way too melee focused. I thought Tobias should have had some type of trick up his sleeve instead of just having Jefferson run up on him crazy in his house. I didn't like that. That was weird for me. Even the ending of Tobias getting impaled on a spike. Nigga, we've been following this dude for 4 years and you gave him a fucking soft ass death like that. Oh, I trip out the window. Woo! I fall. Woo! The floor slippery. Woo! Ah! I can't move. Ah, I'm dying. Ah! That was so bad. Speaking of things that are bad, for the closure of characters, we have Jen, Nessa, and Grace that are going to be the new heroes of Freeland. They're being set up as the future, the present of Freeland. Black Lightning is going to retire, but get this. Jefferson and Lynn are now going to get back together. They're going to marry again. Motherfucker, if you watch this show, their relationship is so toxic. It is so awful. How can you tell me as a member of the audience, these people are happy to be together? These people are going to look past all of this bullshit, right? All of these accusatory moments. There's no intimacy. ain't no fucking. Then you had moments where, hey, I know you've been cleaning them drugs, bitch, but I need you back on them shits pronto. We gotta get Tobias. It was just crazy, their toxicity in their relationship. It was very nauseating. So why would these people be remarried? That was one of those forced Disney Channel type endings. Hey, let's play a little Earth, Wind, and Fire and get some drinks going. Dun, 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 dun. Oh no, baby, that didn't work for me. That did not work for me. I thought maybe they were setting up TC and Jen to be in a relationship because of so many of the things that he invested into her well-being, both as JJ and as Jennifer, but they weren't together. I don't know if they didn't want to do that simply because there may have been a loose end to tie up, but it felt like they were setting that up, and unfortunately, due to the plug getting pulled, they probably couldn't do it. Black Lightning Season 4. What does it get? What does it deserve? Black Lightning Season 4 gets a mother freaking C-. I ain't gonna cap. I love Black Lightning. And I love my baby Nisa Williams. And I really didn't want to get this shit no D. But that D was itching at me. You know, pause. The grade of a D was itching at me, okay? It was telling me this show don't deserve no C. But I'm going to give it a C. Now look, Nisa Williams, you dig? You told dude in the earlier episode you was gay. You wasn't with, your character was gay. You wasn't really with the dudes like that. I'm pulling up like that African kid. I need it. I'm pulling up like him, boy. I need it. Alright, y'all. The camera getting ready to die. God damn. It's been weird, but it's been real. I need it. Alright, man. Get out of here, bitch, before the camera die.
When I pull up, she gon' look though. Look at he mad, ain't look, bro. She bad as hell, but can't cook though. It don't matter, but you still watching me while I did it for the look though. 100 feet worth of drip, don't drown this fly shit, that's the look though. And look though, I'm the wave, you can look though. I'm something different, I don't think you get it, but I still did it for the look though. Look though, yeah, I did it for the look though.